In a podcast land where thoughts collide, Brian and Craig will be your guide. No topic too small, no tale too tall. Tune in, laugh out, you'll have a ball. From mysteries deep to light-hearted jokes in a poker rhythm where laughter invokes. Untitled is their name, the fun untamed. Each episode a ride, this shows their claim. Untitled, Brian and Craig, get ready for a twist and a leg shake. In a quirky world where anything goes, join the ride as the madness flows.
Meow. Meow.
Oh. Oh God, we always
Yes.
do a show before the show, and
We
that
too.
was part of the show before the show.
That one led to us being cats for reasons that you will not get to hear, and you, quite frankly, probably don't want to hear, but we are meowing. You're not
Yes.
making that up. Welcome to the Butt Crack of Dawn show.
Yes, on a Saturday morning recording.
Saturday morning recording.
Yes.
Yes. Well, for reasons of Pokemon, we have moved up our normal recording time from the somewhat early 9 a.m. to the ridiculous early 7:45 a.m. Although, Brian, how far behind the curtain do we want to go?
So my time 2 hours ahead of Craig. I got up. I was like, oh shit, it's time. And so I got up at I texted him. I'm like, hey, I'm waiting, and I was like, oh wait a minute, he's not here, and it's 15 minutes. And then I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
he's 2 hours behind. This is like 6 a.m. for him.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Brian texted me at 6:15 a.m. this morning. Thankfully, I was asleep, and it didn't really affect my life that much. But I did wake up to I'm here. Where are you? Kind of text, followed by I'm an idiot. Oops, I'm sorry text.
Yeah.
Which made me laugh. So for the record, I've already told Brian this off the air, but for the record, I don't ever want to start our recording at 6 a.m. So we won't do that. I think this is early enough. This feels quite early.
Yes.
But 6 o'clock, that would be madness, Brian. I don't know what would result, but I can't imagine anything good would happen as a result. So anyway, and then we started meowing, and that brings you up to date. So we could do this because we do this so irregularly on the show. Welcome to episode 40.
Oh wow, is it really episode 40?
I'm like 99% sure it's episode 40.
I think it's 40. We'll go with 40.
Untitled with Brian and Craig. I am one of the hosts. I'm the one with the second billing, which is fine because Brian does all the actual hard work. My name is Craig,
and I'm John.
Which is weird because
yeah.
I don't know where we got that title from then. Otherwise, so
no. And sitting next to me is Greg, our favorite weird chimp creature,
weird monkey creature that crawls in through the Greg door because we always open the Greg door right before we start recording, and that Greg will creep right in.
He sure will. So I really didn't do a whole lot. Oh wait, no, that's a lie. I did go to a place. So there's two main drags. Well, I guess there's not. Well, there's two main drags, I guess, in Niagara Falls. There's Niagara Falls Boulevard and Buffalo Avenue, referred to as the Boulevard or the Avenue.
Okay.
And I live sandwiched in between the two.
And
on the Boulevard is a bunch of buildings or a bunch of businesses and stuff. And there's a place called Mr. Ventry's. And it is a institution, apparently, and an amazing pizzeria with no parking.
So you have to walk to it or something?
So we went for lunch, so there was definitely parking. But people are parking in the neighborhoods behind it and stuff and walking up, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a really good Stinger pizza. Oh, so good. So Stinger's steak, chicken finger, and that kind of thing. Uh-huh. So good. So that's
okay. So you got pizza.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you'd been to this one?
Yes. There is so on the Avenue, you'll see when you get here, but you can tell when you're on the Avenue and when you're on the Boulevard. The Avenue is picture Colfax. That's the Avenue.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's fine, but it's really weirdly zoned industrial weirdness. And they do have a Mr. Ventry's on that side, but I think it's cash only and very small. Or it might not even be related.
Who's to say? The pizza restaurants pop up like wildflowers there in Buffalo.
It's true. They're like weeds. And Cayuga River, which is right near my house, is actually light beer. It's green, but it's light beer.
Oh, the actual river itself.
Yeah, the river is green, but it tastes like light beer.
Where the river's filled with blue cheese and light beer.
Yes. So there's that. Oh, and I also, well, next week I'll have a very big surprise. Craig already knows what it is, but don't spoil it.
No
So
spoilers.
no spoilers.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about though, so I couldn't spoil it if I wanted to.
Oh, great. Yeah. So I can tell Craig all sorts of secrets and he'll forget.
That's true. Or I maybe I remember it. I just don't know what you're referring to. But either
Yeah.
way, it's fine. Your secret is safe with me.
To be honest, we talk so much mad bullshit all the time. He
Yeah,
probably forgot in between the mad bullshit.
there's a very good chance of that. Almost a
Um,
100% chance of that being the truth. Yes.
yeah. Oh, well, actually, I will say something. So my bike tires haven't popped because I'm grossly overweight and I'm
That's
way
good.
above the weight limit. But
Oh,
it popped yesterday or the day
oh.
before, and I was like, damn it. So now I have to replace it, and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Even with the slime, you're still taking it out?
Yeah. I think because it actually ran out of slime.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know slime was a something that needed to be renewed. Seems like you
well,
put it in, set it and forget
it,
it.
yeah, but apparently it micro tears in the tubes. You know what I mean?
Okay. Sure. Yeah, it just eventually squeezes itself all out until it's all gone.
Yeah.
It uses
So
the Greg door of slime.
correct. So I'm gonna remove the tube, and then I'll let you know how that looks because it might be a green mess.
Okay. I'm my prayers are with you, my friend. I hope that it's not too hard to replace. Good luck. Good
Oh
luck with your
God,
bike there.
no! I can replace it in like 15 minutes. It's sad. It's
Yeah.
sad how good I've gotten at that.
Well, when you do something over and over again, eventually it's like the 10,000 hours, theory from Malcolm
Yes.
Gladwell, where if you do something for 10,000 hours, you become an expert. So you're probably pretty close to that at this point.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, what'd you do?
What did I do? Last night I went my company had their like summer event thing where they do like a social event for all of us. And they did it at the Wings Over the Rockies, like Air and Space Museum.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah. And I'm not really like an airplane guy. Like
Hmm.
military history doesn't fascinate me in the way that it does some people. But it was kind of neat to see big planes and that kind of stuff. They had flight simulators that
Ooh.
like they're the kind that you like get strapped into and then there's like a screen and it moves forward, like you've seen these at carnivals and stuff, but these
Hmm.
were like next level. Like they literally go upside down and like twist all the way around, and it's like you're flying in an F-16, I think, or something.
Hmm.
But the line to do that was roughly 4 hours long, so I we decided we would not partake because there are two of these simulators and they can each have two people in them, and there
Hmm.
was probably 50 people in line, and I think each ride was about 5 minutes. So I guess I could have done the math and figured out exactly how long I would have had to wait, but it was longer than I actually wanted to wait. So I was a little sad that we missed out on that. But we got to walk around, eat kind of mediocre finger foods. Sometimes they have like killer foods at these things. Like I can never tell with my company what it's going to be, but the food was just meh. But they had drink tickets with free beers. So I had
Hey.
I had the Big Hefe from Tivoli Brewery, which is like a Hefeweizen. Oh, it was. I do recommend. I had two of those, and they were quite delicious. So if you ever see a Tivoli Brewery, which is very unlikely because I think that brewery may be going out of business,
No.
or I hope not, but because it's been around for a very long time, the Tivoli has in downtown Denver, and it is a Denver beer, so I doubt you'll see much of it in Buffalo. But Big Hefe,
Yeah.
do recommend. Very good. So I did that, and then I want to introduce a new segment, which is basically where I just share a stupid idea I had this week, and
Hmm.
then we can enter it into the record so that we can use it for our movie pitches if necessary. And
Okay.
that's what I'm going to do at this point. And the segment is called "Hey, is this anything?" So so I had this thought. I don't know why, but I was thinking about like people that wear suspenders,
Okay.
like the most famous example I could come up with was like Robin Williams as Mork, because like
Yes.
there's not a lot of suspenders wearing people throughout history, or at least that there are.
Red green. Come on, man.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even think of Red Green. You're
Shameful.
absolutely right. Yeah. Well, I didn't keep my stick on the ice, and that's what happens. So, but anyway, I was thinking about people wearing suspenders. Why was I thinking about this? I don't know, Brian. I wasn't
Where were you
thinking any
thinking about
related
that?
thoughts. I don't know. But I was thinking about suspenders, and I was thinking about that's a funny word. And then I was like, oh, what if in some kind of movie there were suspenders, but they like literally would suspend things like time? So like
Oh.
if you put these like magical suspenders on, like you get them probably from like an Asian shop of some sort where you have to like walk through very high piled aisles with questionable things in them, like monkey paws and all sorts
and
of.
you pay for things with not with money, but with your life. Or yeah.
Yeah. Somehow you
That
have to.
trope.
Yeah, that whole thing. But
Yes.
you obtain these suspenders, and then when you put them fully on, everything around you suspends, like time, everything stops except
Oh,
you.
that's
So you
cool.
can like maneuver throughout, like, and do, make changes to the world, and nobody knows that you're doing it. And then like when you unhook the suspenders, then time, reanimates, and whatever you did, takes place. So
Hey,
they're
I'm getting
suspenders.
a phone call right now. It says the NSA. It says you know too much.
I know too much. Oh man, maybe they plugged that into my brain through some kind of little Jewish space laser, and so that's been implanted.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah,
No,
I know. So
that's good. Yeah.
is that anything? I don't know. We'll find out. But feel free to use that in your movie pitch if you want to,
Okay.
because I probably will. I don't know how yet because we haven't gotten to that point where we've talked
Yes.
about everything. But it was a thing I was thinking about this week, and I'm like, ooh, suspenders that suspend,
Hmm.
but not
That's
pants, everything. And I thought that
that's
would be
that's
fun.
pretty good. But
Yeah.
I think yeah. So on deck we have the suspending suspenders, the mole
Yes.
people, Babylonian time wizards, and I think those are
Sure.
pretty much it.
Sure. Well, I mean, I don't know if we want to use suspending suspenders every week. I
But
mean,
it's in the
maybe.
back pocket. Oh,
Yeah,
and we
you can
also have our reoccurring favorite RFK Jr.
our reoccurring favorite. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, our reoccurring favorite RFK Jr.
Oh, of course, and the Greg door. All of these
and the
things
Greg. Yes.
are open source code for movie pitches at any time if necessary. If you just can't come up with something else, you can always go there. So
Correct.
lore, show
Lore.
lore, incredibly stupid. So
I
I think it's that time though.
I guess it's that time.
I suppose so.
Oh,
It's the early
you
morning doo doo doots.
you
Do I
you
need to do it
even
louder?
tried to like no, you don't. You tried for the people still waking up.
That's right. That including myself. That might have killed me had I done the full doo doo doots at this point in the
Yeah,
morning.
you
So
might have fallen over. Yeah, that
yeah.
might have been bad.
The news!
Because we all know you do the doot doots and record the show while doing what do you call it? Like chin
Speed?
ups.
Oh, sorry. Or Coke. I'm not sure what. Coca Cola. Definitely Coca Cola is what I meant, not
Well,
cocaine.
we all know that we live in the non we operate within the non cocaine money tax bracket.
This is absolutely true. So yeah. Not that I think if I made more money, I would start doing cocaine. I think I'm probably going to be cocaine free from here on out.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
that doesn't really hold a ton of appeal to me.
Same.
Seems like a good way to die earlier. So
Yeah.
all
And get shit in
right,
your nose.
Brian. This is us keeping it tight.
Yes, we're keeping it tight. We're
We're
14
keeping,
minutes in and we're already in the news. Usually it's
look at us,
25 minutes. Look at us.
at least. Yeah,
Speeding.
at
Pew
least
pew pew pew.
speeding through the show. I have some news, Brian. Some
Okay.
news of
Hit me
things
with
that
it.
have happened. First of all, we're gonna start in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Yeah, what is the deal with that second C? Oh, maybe we're onto some kind of. This is prior to the show, so we didn't actually talk about this. But
Mhm.
the state Arkansas, there's
I
two
hate
S's.
that.
Yeah, Brian doesn't like the pronunciation of Arkansas because he doesn't think it makes sense, which he's mostly right. But especially Arkansas, Arkansas, and then there's another S. But what happens to that
Mhm.
S? Because you don't say Arkansas, and
I
then
know.
you
I
don't say
bet you it might be indigenous. And if it's not indigenous and a made up word, like you could argue, oh, words are made up.
right.
I hate it still. I mean, if it's indigenous, I don't hate it. If it's not, I vehemently hate it.
What about Connecticut? Like this is another situation where the second letter in a state disappears.
I'm pretty sure that was like some old like thing
Is that
where they
is it
were. So you know how New York is. So New York is New York based on York from Britain. I think
England?
this is
Right,
like.
right.
So I think it's just like, oh, it's a connect to cut of land. It's a cut of land that connects these two states. It's probably. I'm just spitballing, but that's what makes sense.
It's probably an indigenous name as well. It could be. I don't know. I don't know where Connecticut comes from, but I think we should
Yeah,
start pronouncing it Connecticut.
I agree.
Okay. Do you ever start thinking about places that are new and wonder like New York? Okay, there's a York, England. I've heard of that before.
Mhm.
New Mexico. That one's pretty simple. But then you get into like New Zealand. Where the hell is Zealand?
It sank, dude.
It's what?
It sank.
Oh, it sank, and then they built a new one.
Yes.
So
I have no fucking idea.
Old Zealand is under the sea. That
Correct,
actually
yes.
checks out. It sank.
No idea. Not a clue. Total bullshit. No idea. Continue with the news, sir.
So you got me on like a whole state thing. Like I don't Hampshire. I'm assuming is it. Look what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
No rambling, Craig. Damn it. We got Pokemon to play.
You do. I got football to watch, and it's not for 2 hours, so I can take as much time as I want. But because I'm a kind, caring friend, I will stop rambling about states.
And a devout Catholic that is ripped.
That's right. And a guy who's decided not to begin a coke habit today. So there's all of that. Anyway, Connecticut. This is kind of terrifying if you're not a child. A man playing with his children on a playground decided he would go with them down a tube slide.
Oh no.
Yes. No, I'm afraid it's true. It's true.
Oh no.
The 40-year-old man, who was not identified, started sliding down around 4:30 p.m. in Vernon, Connecticut, and he went down the slide, Brian, but he did not come out the other end.
Oh no.
Did he? Because 40-year-old dude got stuck.
No, his shoulders were too big. I have the same problem.
Well, I don't know if it's shoulders. Every description of this, because I read about 5 different news stories trying to find this guy's name.
Oh wow! Look at this, trying to triangulate it. Wow, you were really doing a journalism there.
I was doing such journalism, like I was journalisming so hard. Every description says that he got stuck, wedged with, and this is the description that kind of I don't understand, because what are the 2 ways you can go down a slide, Brian? Let's just try to establish this.
Head first or feet first?
Correct. That is exactly how I would also describe going down a slide. Every news description and the police all described him as getting wedged feet and head first.
Did he fold in the middle?
Yes.
No. Okay. This is terrifying.
This is terrifying. He got wedged feet and head first, and I didn't understand it until I saw a picture, because I'm like, how do you go down a slide feet and head first?
Did his back break? What?
No, he thankfully he folded over forwards, not backwards.
Okay.
Because if you fold over backwards, I think that at that point you are just a carcass, and what they will do is just remove the slide and bury the whole slide as your coffin, and that is the end of your life. And you get up to the pearly gates, and you know, Peter's like, "Oh, how did this one die? Oh, he went down a slide." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we've seen it before. We'll see it again."
And with the other sliders.
That's right. Yeah, you are in the slider district of heaven. I wonder how many people have ever died going down a slide, because I'm sure it's happened. It's definitely happened.
It's probably really low.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think it's a lot. Like it's probably on one hand, but I don't think that everyone who's ever started going down a slide has always come out the other end alive. Yeah. I don't know. That's a morbid thought, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, how did he fold in half?
I don't know. That's never really described. But basically, I think he was coming around a corner, because he kind of gets wedged in, like, it's like one of those twisty tube slides. And I think he just probably like got off balance and kind of got forward. But like his body is, I'll post a picture to the Instagram so people can see what it was that he looked like. But he basically was wedged where the top part of him, his head was coming forward, and then his feet was coming forward below him around a corner.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. So, but dude was stuck, and you would think that like you would be able to like wriggle yourself free.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he got stuck this badly, but he was stuck so badly, Brian, that the paramedics had to be called.
Jaws of life.
Yeah, and it was a several-hour endeavor to remove him, because they had to get, well, it's hot. I mean, it's 4:00 in the afternoon, but it's summertime. The sun is beating down on this tube slide, and now there's no air getting through because he's wedged in there. So it's getting really hot. So they were putting like cooling elements on top of it and like blowing breeze from both ends of the slide, trying to make sure that he didn't die of heat stroke.
Oh.
But then they were trying to get him unwedged, and they could not get him unwedged.
So they just cut it open? They just cut it open?
The fire department had to break the poor Parks slide, you know, a week before school starts, I think. Yeah, they had to saw it open and then very, very cautiously break the section that he was in to get him out. So they spent several hours getting freed from the slide during unseasonably hot temperatures in Connecticut. He was in extreme discomfort, and they had to have all the ventilation going on and stuff. But yeah, they did eventually get him free. They offered to take him to the hospital for evaluation, which the man declined, which is why the reason I think that he never got his name released to the public. So no one knows what his actual name was, but somewhere there's a man who is recovering from spending several hours uncomfortably head and feet first in a slide.
Oh,
and that just seems awful. So yeah, but all of that, and then one woman on the fire department's Facebook post, in addition to posting like 15 photos of this guy with, I don't know if they had his permission or not, but the woman who commented on the department's Facebook post said firefighters were not just going to let that one slide. And
God damn it, that's great.
It's really good. So
yeah, okay.
Anyway, yeah, I liked that story. I thought it was great. So
it was good.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So next up is a story about a 35-year-old woman who knew the father of her child for quite some time, but they only got married in the year 2000, so 5 years ago.
Okay.
And unfortunately, her husband passed away this month.
Oh no, sad.
Yeah, it is sad. He was a good guy. He like volunteering for his son's football team. Like he would help coach it and stuff. And like all reports of this guy was good. He also had a lot of tattoos all over his body.
Oh God, no! Please don't tell me they skinned him and they put it up. No, they skinned him and they put it up and like, oh God, are you serious? did I guess it? Oh no! Oh God!
Right. They didn't. Let's just continue.
Oh, okay.
He was a very large, well, not like large man, a very big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. The worst kind of NFL fan, if you ask me, but that's a different.
Okay.
He had on his arm a tattoo of a skull wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers helmet.
Oh, the helmet? Okay.
Yeah. So, and that was his favorite tattoo. Thus says his son and his wife. They both were like, yeah, that was definitely his favorite one. So she had talked with him before in the past about this company that's called Save My Ink Forever. And what they do is they work with the mortician to cut off parts of the skin, and then they preserve it so that you can save the tattoo.
Okay, I guess that's not so bad. I guess it's not a full.
Is it not? I don't know. I don't want to judge because I kind of get the like, oh, this is So she did that, and they removed the Pittsburgh Steelers skull tattoo, and then like preserved it, and then it got framed. And so now in their house, they have a framed. It's not a picture. They have framed, preserved human skin hanging on their wall, which seems like an invitation to some kind of haunting of a Pittsburgh Steelers skull tattoo. So it's not a picture of a tattoo.
It's the tattoo.
Actual tattoo from the actual deceased person hanging on their wall. I'm of two minds on this one because one, I can sort of see how that could be like soothing and like a good memory of like their loved one. And so I sort of get like why that would be precious to them and they would think that's cool. But then there's also the part of me that's like, you're putting someone's arms like leftover, you're leaving on the wall. They did not skin him and put all of his tattoos on the wall. I would be vehemently opposed to that as you first jumped out. But it is a little weird, I think, to hang dead people's skin on the wall. But I'll allow it.
At least it's not his full like skin. Like that'd be fucking awful.
No, exactly. If you got I wonder if they would do that if you paid them enough. If they would preserve like all of the tattoos. So you basically just have like
that's like a step below having a body in your house.
It's well, I mean, how much of it do you have to put on your wall before it becomes creepy, or is any amount creepy, or is this acceptable? I don't know.
It's like the body to water ratio in a pool. Because I mean, obviously, things die in the ocean, but you can't see it, right? So, if you see a body in the ocean at a beach, you're not going to want to go swim there because they're a body or a pool or whatever. So, I mean, what's your threshold? Is it like one little piece of skin, or like a floating hand. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a simple matter of weight ratios. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Is all I'm gonna say. It's kind of weird, but I kind of get it. But also, it's kind of weird. So and
It's
finally, in a thing where you might have a different perspective than someone else, and you can sort of see both sides, comes our final story.
okay.
The Moorjik Bridge in the Netherlands.
The bridge that is.
A bridge that is. Well, the Netherlands, that's not Finland. I mean,
I
it's
know.
all Scandinavia, so I guess we'll allow it. But the
Yes,
bridge that
we'll
just
allow
is.
it.
Police, firefighters, and paramedics responded in force to the Moorjik Bridge in the Netherlands. I'm positive I'm saying that wrong. It's Moerdijk. No, Dijk.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know
not.
how.
Yeah, you're not making that one right. Let's just continue, sir. Before
Moor
you.
Moorjik Bridge is how I'm going to say it. It's wrong. It's okay. People in the Netherlands are white, so it's not cultural appropriation. It's just me being an
Or
American, not
is
being
it?
able to say, no, it's not.
Yeah, you're
I'm not
probably
gonna.
right.
I won't allow that. I'm allowed to. I can make fun of Dutch people if I want because I don't know
You
why.
are Dutch.
I'm not. I don't think I am. I don't know what I am. I think I'm English. I think that's what I am.
Nah, you're
I
Dutch.
mean,
Moving on.
okay, I'm Dutch.
He's Dutch.
That just covers us. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, he's Dutch.
All of these first responders showed up because there was a reported suicide attempt
Oh
of
no.
someone jumping off the bridge. So they were all coming to try to save this person who they thought was trying to end their life. It turns out he was just a trucker who was trying to cool off, and he jumped into the river.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah. It turns out though that if you want to kill yourself, this is a good river to do it in because the guy stopped his truck on the bridge and jumped into the water, which is, I mean, I can understand how people would perceive that as someone trying to kill
Yeah.
themselves. He was not trying to kill himself. He was just hot and he's like, oh, this seems like a good place to go. But it turns out the water is a little rougher than he thought it was, and he actually needed the assistance. So after parking his car on the highway shoulder, jumping into the bridge or off the bridge into the water for a quick swim, he realized the water is a little more dangerous than I thought, and he was thankfully saved by all the paramedics who came because everyone thought he was trying to kill himself.
Oh.
Turns out he almost did kill himself, but that wasn't his intent. He didn't have suicidal intent in his heart. He just didn't have a working brain on his head that would allow him to realize this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But the truck driver learned an important lesson. He was saved, and he received a ticket for parking on the shoulder and jumping off a bridge because apparently neither of those things are legal. So, but all's well that ends well. All he has to do is pay for a fine, and he didn't pay with his life, which I think is a better result for everyone. So anyway, I'm Craig, and that is the expedited news.
Yes. Well, at least we didn't have a teddy bear made of human skin this time.
We did not. It is
Yes.
true.
Okay, so next week I'm going to get you a really good weird story, but this time
Okay.
I was just wandering around the old internet, and there is a lot of cryptids that live in New York State, and
Okay.
a lot of them are like sea serpents.
Sea serpents. I mean, I guess there's Great Lakes up in your area.
Yeah, but
There's
none of the Great
the
Lakes.
Atlantic Ocean. There's the East River. So there's
Mhm.
places that sea cryptids could live, I suppose.
Yeah. So this one is called Champ, the Lake Champlain monster.
Champ, the Lake Champlain monster. Okay. Where's
Mhm.
Lake Champlain?
Hudson Valley, maybe Central New York.
Okay, that sounded confident, so I believe you.
Yes. I don't know where Lake Champlain is. It's probably Champlain Valley. I'm gonna have to look up, but I could either safely say it's upstate New York.
Okay, it's in the
Safely
state of
say.
New York.
Yes, but apparently it ranges anywhere from 10 to 200 feet in length. So most people agree on a few things. It
Okay.
is a long neck,
Okay.
a head resembling a horse, like a seal or a horse, a seal, or a snake, and dark
Okay.
rubbery skin.
Okay. But they're sure it's a serpent though.
Yes.
With a head like a horse and a very long neck. That's
Yes.
basically all a snake is just a very long neck.
Correct. But some have claimed to have heard the creature let out a like tuba bellow from underneath the waves.
Ooh.
And apparently the most compelling piece of evidence came in 1977 when Sandra Monsi snapped a very infamous photograph depicting what is described as a plesiosaur kind of thing coming out of the lake, similar to the Loch Ness. It's kind of similar too.
Okay.
But a lot of people think it's like a relic of the plesiosaurs, or like a giant species of eel, or a giant sturgeon or gar, or it could be a salamander, or a prehistoric whale of some sort.
I think it's just a boa constrictor and a pony had a forbidden love, and this was their love child.
Yes. But in Port Henry, New York, they have a champ statue and a champ day every summer. And
wait, do you have eyes on a picture of the champ statue?
I don't, but I can get it.
We need that. We need that 100%. Just like we needed to get the picture a long time ago of that Iceland statue of that cat that steals people's Christmas souls or something, whatever it was that it does.
Yes.
Yeah. Anytime we can get a picture of a statue commemorating a cryptid on this show and we can post it, I think we're doing the world a true service. It's really what this program was intended to do.
Yes.
So yes, if you can find that. Please.
Oh my God, it's derpy and shitty, and I love it.
Those are two great words to describe a statue. I love them both, and I want to see this picture. So yes, please send that to me. But anyway, we will post that. So listeners, if you'd like, you can see it. Just go there because it'll be there by now. By the time you're hearing it.
Yes, but we should actually go to Champ Day. Like, I should figure out when Champ Day is.
When Champ Day is, and just make a
go.
Of it.
Yeah, I should actually go because that sounds fun. But anyways, it's basically people don't know. People that are like, it's just bullshit and whatever. But apparently, it has over 300 sightings and is well known.
That's cool. I like it. I like a story of a cryptid, especially one that's close to you, especially one with a derpy statue. So
yes. One more, just for fun. There's one called Kipsy, the Hudson River Monster, and it's. I
was just gonna say I like Kipsy. That's a good name.
Yeah, that's a good name, Kipsy. It apparently European settlers saying a snake-like animal when they came in there, just like a giant prehistoric reptile or kind of like horse heads. That's kind of a thing, I guess.
Sounds like it.
It's apparently portmanteau of Kips Bay in Manhattan, famed locked monster. So they call it Nessie, Kipsy.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. And it's another horse with a long head that swims in the rivers of New York.
Yeah,
rivers and streams and lakes.
Yeah, but a lot of people think it might be an Atlantic serpent that ventured up from the Hudson, whatever. So it's interesting. But I have to go to Champ Day in Port Henry.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Okay, new theory. Someone used suspending suspenders during the Plesiozoic era or something, and so it is just a plesiosaur.
Mm-hmm.
That's just recently become unsuspenderized by whoever had the suspending suspenders. And there are actual dinosaurs in the state of New York swimming in the rivers and streams. That's my new theory.
Okay, well that's decent. That's a decent theory, I guess.
I mean, it's not, but it could be.
Yes. Okay, so I have a movie pitch, and it's awesome.
He's ready to go already. Okay,
I am ready to go. Okay, so we are going to have a story about a person named Jane, and they are Ukrainian American.
Okay,
that has nothing else to do with the plot. It's just for world building. And she wanders into an old store on Dingus Day and is like, "Oh hey, what is this?" And they're like, "Oh, that's a pair of suspenders that was worn by a famous Ukrainian during X whatever. Make up the backstory as you will." She's like, "Oh, okay. Well, how much is this?" And they're like, "For you, and it's Dingus Day, $10." So she buys it. Until then, try them on, kind of throws them down. Eventually, she's like, "Okay, let's check out these suspenders." And so she puts them on and notices that everything kind of moves slowly and whatever. And she's like, "Huh, this is really strange. What's going on?" And then she realizes it suspends time, but it also suspends gravity. So she finds out that she could fly while wearing them and also stop time.
These are good suspenders.
Yes, she eventually decides that the power is too much and, kind of throws them in a closet. And then she's like, okay, well, maybe she's playing with her cousins or her nieces or nephews. And she's like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this. So she goes down the slide and she comes out the other side and it's 1930 in this time. She's like, whoa, what the hell? This is weird. And so she basically goes on this weird past adventure and is trying to figure out. So she finds her family, meets her with her family, is like, oh, this is incredulous, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she meets that person with the suspenders, right? And so she's like, oh my God, this is
the original person that she bought from the store, like the legend she was told.
Yes. And so she basically relives that legend she relives that legend, but finds out that his last will and testament is like, oh, well, I have this tattoo of this very special thing on the small of my back, and I want it to be kept forever and preserved. She's like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. So she basically is like, well, I need to go back to my time. And so she figures out a way to back up the slide to go back through time.
Sure.
Yeah. See what I did
It's a time
there?
travel slide. It's a time travel slide. So you just
It's a
go
time travel
up it
slide.
to go back. It goes back between 1930 and 2025.
Yes. But here's the problem. She gets stuck. So the past of her, like, so her lower half is stuck in 1930s and her upper half is stuck in 1925. So she's like trying to figure it out. And so the latter half of the movie is her getting pulled out while she has this like weird bit of flesh. And like, because they don't have ability in the 30s to preserve flesh. Oh, and I guess he could have formaldehyde, but that might ruin the ink. But anyways, and I'm gonna call it a pound of flesh in time.
Very good, very good. There's time travel. There's magical flight and magical time suspension.
Yes,
I like all of it. It's all very good.
Yes, and she'll use some of that in the 30s because he's like, oh hey, I have these. They do this, and she's like, hey, I know about these, and so they like use it to figure out, I don't know. There'll be some mystery that'll connect the A story,
Sure.
There's some mystery that'll connect all three of the stories together, but we'll figure that out. Yeah.
Was that a vague reference to Somewhere in Time, the movie starring Christopher Reeves?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a smidge. So you probably need to have like a penny in his pocket or something that will pull him into. Do you remember that movie at all?
Yeah, it was bad.
It was real bad. Yes.
Yes.
I had a high school girlfriend that was one of her favorite movies, so she made me watch it, and I had to like pretend that I didn't hate it, and it was hard.
That's why they're an ex-girlfriend.
It's true. I did not marry that one. So okay, I like it. I thought it was good. My movie is going to be like a Rashomon style movie, I think.
Okay.
Where the same event happens and you see it from different perspectives.
Ooh, kind of like Kuroneko, or not Kuroneko? Yeah, Kuroneko.
I don't know what Kuroneko is. Rashomon is like, I think the Japanese. Is it a Japanese movie?
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I always get Kuroneko and Rashomon mixed. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's where a story is told from multiple perspectives. Yes. I mean, it's a whole like thing that films will do occasionally is to tell, and it's always
a classic film.
Rashomon. Yeah, exactly.
It's a classic film trope by, I believe it was Akira Kurosawa that wrote that one, but I'm not 100%. Anyways, continue.
It very well could be. Anyway, so first we get to see a guy who is just driving his truck down the road, and he's hot. So he decides to pull over. He's going to jump into the river because he wants to cool off. Yeah. Just tale as old as time. Hey, I'm going to go for a quick skinny dip. I don't know if he has to get naked. Maybe he should get naked just for the
lulz.
Yeah, just for lulz. So the naked man jumps into the river. Just for the record, I don't believe that the man in the story, the news story, actually got naked, but neither here nor there. Jumps into the river, and he thinks he just has a nice swim, and then he gets out of the river, and he doesn't realize that anything else has happened. He just drives down the road and goes home. So that's the first pass at this whole scene is just a guy driving down the road, jumps into the river, gets out, goes home.
Yeah,
and no, not really eventful. Other than he's cooled off and everything seems fine. Although he does have a ticket for parking on the bridge and jumping into the river. And he's like, how did they even know I jumped into the river? Like, parking the bridge, sure, but like there was nobody else there. What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. And he just kind of goes home and he tells his wife, like, that's really strange. I guess I have to pay this ticket, but I don't know how did that even happen? And then we see this from the paramedic's point of view. It's just a paramedic named Sam. But he has this pair of suspenders that's part of his uniform.
Ooh.
And whenever he fully snaps the suspenders into place, of course, all time suspends because they're suspending suspenders. So he's driving down the road and he sees this guy jump into the river and he's like, oh no, this guy's trying to commit suicide. This is terrible. I need to try to help him. And so he sees the guy immediately hits the water. And so he drives up because you've got to be within, let's say, 100 meters of the guy for the suspending suspenders to work. So he drives up to the bridge while the guy is like splashing around a little bit, doesn't look like to be in too much distress, but he's like, what the heck is going on here? So then he snaps the suspenders in place as soon as he gets close enough to the guy, and then he is able to, everything stops. in that one little 100-meter cube of what in every direction from the suspenders.
Mm-hmm.
So then he goes to work and he gets a rope. He creates this whole rope. He doesn't have to worry about because the guy is like frozen with his head above water, so like he's not going to drown or anything. Everything's frozen.
Right.
So he's building this bridge that he gets down, or not a bridge, but like a ladder rope from the bridge down into the water because this water, it's got rip currents. It's very dangerous to be in that water. So he sets this all up, goes down into the water, pulls the guy out, sets him in his. He doesn't really want anyone else to know because he's like all by himself in the paramedics vehicle. I guess it's an ambulance. You wouldn't be alone by yourself in an ambulance. Well, there were two guys, but one of the guys left a vial of what is that stuff called?
Ketamine.
Ketamine. Thank you. He left a vial of ketamine at the last place they stopped at. So he decided to walk back, and he's like, "We'll just meet up after lunch." So he was by himself because his partner was looking for the ketamine that got left. Throwback to a few weeks ago. Anyway, so he goes on a rope ladder. He pulls the guy out of the water, takes him up to his truck, sets him into his truck, and since he doesn't really want anyone else to know about these suspenders, he just writes out a quick ticket like, "You can't park on the bridge." I don't know that. Now that I think about it, I don't know that a paramedic can write a ticket, but we're living in a.
We'll go with it.
He has a lot of side jobs. One of them is he's a police deputy, so he decides to also, in his capacity as deputy, write a ticket. So he writes a ticket for jumping into the water and for parking on the bridge, and he just puts that in the passenger seat of his friend, the guy who jumped off.
Yeah.
Along with a note underneath it that says, "Hey man, you've got so much to live for. There's so many great things ahead. Don't let this be the end. You've been given another shot at life."
Yes.
And then he gets back into his ambulance and he drives away. And as he's driving away, he unhooks the suspenders and time begins again. And then it goes on. So then we just pick up the story as the guy who was left in his truck tries to make out. And then as he thinks about it more and more, he's like, "Wait a second, I was in the river, and then I was in my truck, but I don't remember anything between being in the river and being in my truck." And so he's like, "How did this even like?" There's this big gap in time, and then
does he have like a mad like a mental break, like he loses his shit?
Well, we might get there, yeah. So he's like, "What is going on? Like, I was just trying to go for a swim, and then I was having fun, but then like I don't remember when the fun in the water stopped, and when I got out of it." And he's like, "And also that was a little bit further when I jumped down. It seemed like that was a little more dangerous than I thought it was, but I mean, obviously it wasn't too bad because I made it home." But like, he has a lot of questions, and he just remembers being very angry because there's a ticket inside of his car, and he's like, "I don't even remember how did that ticket even get into my car? That doesn't make any sense either." Like, this is all very weird. And then he notices that underneath it is a note that just talks about how he has so much to live for and how much promise he has, and like, don't give up on your life yet. He's like, "Is this meant for someone?" Like the whole thing is just a mystery. And he does begin to like, this doesn't make any sense. So he like starts looking for answers, and he goes to a shrink to try to like, he's like talking it through it, and the guy's like, "Man, we might need to get you on some medications because this doesn't make you like. It sounds like you had to break with reality, and like, I don't, I'm worried about you because this isn't the storytelling of someone who's fully with it and stuff." And so everyone starts beginning to doubt that he's even fully there anymore. So they want everyone to think he's lost his mind, but he's worried he's lost his mind because he's like, "I still remember I remember this is what happened," and it drives him crazy to the point where he just can't take it anymore. He's like, "I know this, and my life was so happy. I was just going to go for a swim, but I just can't take this anymore." He's like, "I don't know what's real anymore, and I'm not happy anymore with my life." And then he decides to jump off the bridge because he's so upset, and then the paramedic isn't there, and that's the end of the movie. Boy, that's dark.
That is a dark ending. We need to reworkshop that ending.
Or it could just be a really horrible movie. I don't know.
Or we could just show him just driving to that bridge. Yeah, there we go. Leave it ambiguous.
We don't have to. Yeah, that's true. He could just be driving the bridge and looking over the bridge.
Yeah.
And then it's like maybe he doesn't, but he's very. Anyway,
but he stops on the bridge and wonders.
He does. Yeah, he just stops and wonders, and then he goes away. Yeah, I like that better. He doesn't have to commit suicide. That's dark.
Yeah,
that was darker than I intended.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. I have no segue. This is a really bad segue. Hey, Craig.
You read anything good lately?
Do you? Yeah, I did read something good.
What'd you read, Brian?
I was reading the back of a Q-tip box because I'm always curious as to what Q-tips are actually for.
That's like that, and also there's so many good twists and turns on the back of the. It's so
So
people
good.
you wouldn't expect it to have that many twists. Like it's crazy, but
So
yeah, it's a
many
really
twists.
good.
One could say unlimited twists until the
As many
cotton
twists as
unravels.
you want. Yeah, until the cotton levels disperse or you go too far into your ear because you didn't follow the instructions. But don't do that because if you read the instructions, they'll tell you not to do that. They will give you a limit on how many twists, I do believe.
Yes.
Because Brian, you should always read the back of the Q-tip box.
Always read the back of a Q-tip box.
Untied with Brian and Craig is produced and edited by me, Brian Dunnigan. It is also hosted by me, Brian Dunnigan, as well as Craig Dodge. Opening and ending themes are created by AI, so nobody has license to those.